Today in Latvia, he announced that Canada would be more than doubling its contribution to the NATO mission. Joining me now to discuss is retired Major General and former NATO Task Force Commander Denis Thompson. Good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning, Marcia.
All right, let's begin by getting your reaction to the Prime Minister's announcement that it will be doubling its contribution, 1,200 troops, $2.6 billion in funding. What does this increased commitment mean?
Well, actually, this commitment was announced last July at the last NATO summit when they spoke about plussing up NATO's forces across Eastern Europe. So it's just the Prime Minister coming true on that. If you look at it, Canada currently has about 1,000 troops on the ground in the form of the Enhanced Forward Presence Battle Group. And if you want to plus up all these battle groups to a brigade, which is typically 3 times larger than a battle group, then this number 2,200 makes perfect sense. So I think we've come through in a promise here. We've delivered some 15 Leopard tanks, a battery of artillery in the form of M777-155 howitzers, and some promises, as I understand, to commit flyover troops for various periods of exercise. So it's essentially Canada stepping up to the plate as they had announced last July.
All right, stepping up to the plate. You give me the perfect segue for my next question. How does Canada's defense spending factor into this week's discussions at the NATO summit? We know that they are not meeting their target. How's that going to play out?
Well, I'm not certain what it means in terms of percentage of GDP, defense spending with respect to percentage of GDP. But what is clear is the government's position, and I actually support it, is that to say 2% is in terms of defense spending is important is not really the issue. The issue is military capability. So Canada is delivering some military capability now to Latvia, or at least has promised some. We're still short in a lot of areas across the 3 services. So whether getting those capabilities, for instance, for the Air Force, the F-35, and for the Navy new frigates, amounts to 2% of our GDP, I don't know. But it's not really a proper measure, if you will, in terms of defense output. What's more important is what you actually put on the ground. And I think that's what the Canadian government's position is at the moment.
I wanted to get your take as well on Ukraine, their admission into NATO summit, because as we heard from the Prime Minister earlier this morning, not everyone is at the same place. Not all of the leaders are at the same place when it comes to the timing of allowing Ukraine into NATO. What are you watching for this week? Joe Biden has said, not now. Our Prime Minister is saying, as soon as conditions allow. At the very least, could we see some sort of roadmap created this week? What do you think is going to happen on that front regarding Ukraine?
Right. Well, I agree entirely with your assessment. It is all about timing. It's not whether or not Ukraine will join NATO, it's when. And so there is a procedure inside of NATO called a membership action plan. And I think what Ukraine is looking for is a commitment to some form of membership action plan. It isn't going to happen while the war is going on, because I think we all appreciate that once you're a member of NATO, then you're covered by Article 5, which means an attack against one is an attack against all. And that would directly implicate NATO in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. And I think that's what people are trying to avoid. So we may coming out of this NATO summit, we may see something similar to other agreements that NATO has with other aspiring NATO nations, such as Georgia, in order to further commit NATO as an alliance to backing up Ukraine in terms of capacity building and providing them with more equipment and ammunition, but not full membership until this war has come to a conclusion.